Bring in Doug Burns now. He's a former federal prosecutor. So basically the DOJ is putting on a case that would enhance the penalty portion for Fields, you know, depending on which way it would go. So the two cases don't interfere with one another.
No, there's sort of two reasons why DOJ would get involved, Harris. One is to bring to bear federal resources, which are very often, you know, can be very extensive, you know, and bring to bear more and more to actually look into this. The other one really is more like a legal insurance policy. In other words, the DOJ has what's called the PETIT policy, P-E-T-I-T, and what that says is that if a state prosecution leaves states' rights unvindicated, the feds will step in. So really what they're doing, honestly, is they're going to let the state homicide prosecution run its course. I heard you say earlier, and it was interesting, second-degree murder. Why is that?
Yeah, I want to ask all about
that. That's very unusual because, as my late dad, who was a lawyer for, you know, over 50 years, used to say, Doug, premeditation can be formed in an instant. It can. So I was surprised. Why would, in other words, it doesn't have to be planned out weeks in advance. That's a red herring that people say.
Right.
You can form premeditation in an instant. So I'm not sure. There might be a backstory that they charged it that way now, may ramp it up later.
But you can understand, I mean, critically looking at this case and, you know, focusing on the racist violence that went on there.
Yes.
Why would you take a second-degree murder, you know, that stance when you know you can bump that up and go for more? And, you know, it just speaks to the issue of, are they taking it seriously legally? I think that's a fair question.
Yeah, no, you're making a great point, Harris, seriously, which is that, you know, we do have hate crime statutes. They are difficult to prove, though, because you have to prove that the violence was specifically targeted at a member of a group.
And that's why the DOJ wants a wider look.
Right, but the point is, motive isn't ordinarily a part of a crime. Here it's an additional element. You have to show that it was done against that group. But on the domestic terrorism, as you guys discussed, and Catherine quoted it right out of the statute, you know, acts of violence against human beings designed to intimidate or coerce. The other part, which is, you know, to affect government policy, it's or, one or the other. So intimidate or coerce does seem to fit. That's why the Attorney General said it fits the statute.
Right.
Yeah.
Doug Burns, thank you very much. We appreciate it.